Wow, what a strange night in Xfinity Center. The Terps go down to the Golden Gophers of Minnesota, 89-75. This is a Northwestern Mutual Postgame show. I'm Wayne Viener. That's Bruce Posner. And Todd Carton is in this evening. Bruce, what'd you see out there?
I saw us get outplayed by a team that just was better tonight. Yeah, they were quicker. Wow, they didn't miss a shot. It was their 6th win in a row. The guards, I mean, Zero, Akeem Springs probably didn't play more than half the game. It was unreal. And the kid number 1, I forgot his name, Schleimeyer or something, 6 for 8 from the field. I mean, it was nothing they could do. 22 assists and 10 turnovers.
For Maryland.
And they lose.
And
I think they out-rebound them.
Look, yes, Maryland had more rebounds. Maryland gave up 55 points in the second half. So
that's not good.
We have a bit of what happened at Wisconsin again. But Todd, since the halftime at Wisconsin, where'd our mojo take off to?
I have no idea where the mojo. I think they've just lost some intensity on the defensive end, Wayne. You know, Minnesota picked them apart, and they've been settling a lot. Maryland took 25, 26 shots from 3, and if you're going to launch half your shots from 3, you better make more than 7 of them.
You can't blame this one on not having Checo, I'll tell you that. Because Checo, I mean, Bender played as well as he could play.
Yeah, Bender had 15 points.
Dodd was okay. He didn't hurt us.
Bender might be the player of the game.
What the curse of this game was. Wayne knows. DJ Karstensen, the referee. I do not know what I read. He didn't.
Who, Lex Luthor?
He called it technical interruption, but the game was just about in hand then. But
it was after the non-foul on Dodd here that was just a god-awful call.
I'm not blaming anything on the refs. We were outplayed. His presence was the curse.
His presence is the curse.
I'm telling you, our record with him here for Maryland is very poor.
Well, certainly one of my notes is the Big Ten refs. There were clear fouls that weren't called, but it goes both ways.
It went both ways. Foul shots were even.
Sort of, until there were 2 minutes left. Minnesota was 9 of 11 from the line. Maryland was 6 of 11. And this league that you said first to 60 would win the game, there's been a lot of games in the 80s, but Maryland just ran out of energy.
In lacrosse, it's the first team to 10.
And in basketball, it's the first to 60.
Whoever said that?
In the Big Ten? That's their slogan. It's been the first to 60 for years.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
60 doesn't get the job done.
Todd, Maryland's 2-4 in the last 6 games. Is your regular end of the season swoon again?
Well, you know, you've talked about it before. We play 3 freshmen, and maybe they're hitting a little bit of a wall. You know, we got to the end of the first half. Maryland was up 1. Jackson, Trimble, Herder, Cowan, I think, had 5 points between them.
And Herder and Cowan had not scored.
Brantley literally kept us in this game in the first half.
And Mello has not been playing well. He had 2.
But you know what's funny though? He's not playing well here. You know, I mean, Northwestern, he couldn't have played any better. It might have been a career game. And even against Wisconsin, he had 27. He played out of his mind.
Right, but he had the long stretcher was 5 for 15. He was sort of trending that way tonight. Now he looks tired. When you get into the last couple minutes of the game, the whole team looks tired, but Mello especially.
We now know what we're going to call Saturday.
Oh, no. And you know what? We'll discuss Judgment Day after this commercial message. This is Wayne Viener, Bruce Posner, and Todd Carton for the Northwestern Mutual Postgame Show. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Support for TerpTalk Game Day comes from Dan Schiffman of Northwestern Mutual. Team up with the right financial partner to advise you on your personal and financial plans. You and Northwestern Mutual, stronger together. You can reach Dan at 301-698-8955 or on the web at www.danschiffman.com. That's DANSCHIFFMAN, danschiffman.com, and 301-698-8955. We're back here at Xfinity Center. It's 89-75 Minnesota over the Terps. So, Bruce, the last time they played Minnesota was January 28th. Maryland won 85-78.
Jackson had his game, though. I mean, he had 28 points. Look, I'm going to tell you why this game hurts us so bad. All right? We're going to fall out of the top 25 no matter what we do with Iowa. You lose at home. Minnesota's now won 7 games in a row.
They're 21-7, 9-6 in the conference. Maryland 22-6, 10-5. So just a game behind us.
Well, Maryland's now in a bad position. They have to win the last 3 games, and I'll tell you why. Minnesota now has the edge in that if there's a tie with them.
Head-to-head.
Right, so eventually.
They do?
Yes,
we split with them.
Oh, we split with them, you're right. I take that back. So that I don't know.
Okay.
But Michigan State would have the edge on us if they beat us and tie us.
We'll see if we means we get the double bye or not. So you said Judgment Day, Todd, on Saturday, 15-13 Iowa comes in.
Yeah, well, that's certainly a game that should come down to the Terps being a winnable game for Maryland. You know, again, looking at your stats here, you see the big four: Cowan, Trimble, Herder, Jackson, 14 for 45 if my quick arithmetic is correct, and 5 for 11, 19 from 3. You know
what I think of when I think about this game? Who was a coach from New Orleans who said, playoffs?
Playoffs. Amora. One of the Amora.
Jim, we have to win the next game.
We do. You're looking at the scarlet and whatever color Minnesota really is. It threw me back to when Florida State came in here in 2001, and we were
top team in the country then.
Well, not by the time. That was the 4th game we lost, and it's surprising. This is our 3rd home loss in the conference,
and it's our 4th home loss of the year, which doesn't happen too often. But
it's so puzzling, isn't it? You know, this team went on the road and won 6-7 in a row, and they
even losing to Wisconsin was not the end of the world.
But this game too was a funny game in the arena. It was empty.
Well, it wasn't empty, but it was
a small crowd,
smallish.
That about does it. We lost.
Nothing to say.
Okay, well,
I got to talk to Todd about one thing.
All right.
This week isn't bad enough that the men are 0-2.
The women are 0-1.
Right, and the women are now not going to be undisputed regular season champions. At best, they'll be tied.
Barring a miracle upset by Rutgers, that's not happening.
It's not happening. So, 0-3. But at least we have the #1 men's lacrosse team in the country.
Well, that's enough to make you smile.
And the #2 women's lacrosse team in the country.
And the gymnastics team is up to 29.
There you go. And Saturday, doubleheader, all right? And then actually a triple header. But I'm at a loss for words tonight because we got beat. This wasn't like we just got beat.
I'm not articulate tonight either.
Yeah,
Bruce. I'm looking at this, and again,
this is the night you put up the Associated Press article in the website.
Yeah.
There's nothing to write about here.
All right. Well, in that case, this has been 10 minutes of nothing to say, presented by Northwestern Mutual. We thank Dan Schiffman and Northwestern. Once again, the Terps fall 89-75. I'm Wayne Viner. That's Todd Carton. And Bruce.
And good night, but we'll also thanks Meyer Consulting for their support. And you'll run that ad, and they're a great company. Right. And we thank you.
Meyer Consulting Engineers. In the past 5 years, our organization has completed over 1,300 projects in the U.S. and abroad, including many structures at the University of Maryland. For structural engineering and materials testing and inspection, call Meyer Consulting Engineers.
We hit Terminus!